John, it's Sports Direct FAI Cup final week. How are yourself and the lads feeling ahead of it?
We're looking forward to it, yeah. It's starting to feel real, I suppose. I think for myself anyway, you put it to your back of your mind until the league campaign is done, and obviously that's come to a conclusion now, so all the focus now turns to Sunday and to the FAI Cup final, which we're extremely looking forward to.
The path to the final has seen your team travel the length and breadth of the country, 4 really good wins as well, and now to the 𝗲𝗄 for the final. What's your thoughts and memories, I suppose, on the run to get to this point?
Yeah, I think going away from home is always difficult. We spoke about that throughout the run to the final. You know, going to 𝗂𝗏𝗿𝗏 initially after the disappointment of getting knocked out in Europe was tough. You had to lift the players and to try and get them focused on what may lie ahead if you can get through the round, and we got through that one, and then obviously up to Derry, which again was a very, very difficult game, which you know, it's probably arguably one of the most probably difficult games you could have got away from home, and we managed to navigate through that. The boys were very good on the day, and you know, had that fortune in the penalty shootout, which was great. And then obviously Finn Harps back up that way towards Finn Harps, another tough venue in the sense that, like, you know, a tight pitch, dealing with long throws, balls in your box. You know, I thought the boys came through that relatively well, considering going a goal behind, and you know, had the strength and character to come back from that. And then down to Cork for the semi-final, which, you know, obviously was a tough game, especially having played them the week before, and both teams quite familiar with each other. So, but in all 4 rounds we've been, you know, immensely backed, and the fans following us in great numbers, which again, I've said it loads of times before and I continue to say it, it's greatly appreciated by myself, the staff, the players. So yeah, so it's fantastic to be in the cup final and to have an opportunity to come home with a bit of silverware.
As the saying goes, play the match, not the occasion, but a lot of the players won't have played in front of a crowd this big ever before. You won't have managed in front of a crowd this big, even though you've probably played at Hampden Park and other places as well. So how do you prepare the squad for the atmosphere, the noise, the size of the stadium and stuff, and make sure that they do focus on the 90 minutes or whatever it takes to win it on the pitch?
Yeah, I think you know, I've been fortunate as a player that I've played in front of some big crowds. I have actually managed in Tyrone at Celtic Park and Rangers, so it won't faze me. You know, it's obviously, there's a lot more on the line in this one, to be honest. So, but in the sense of how do we prepare the players, you know, I think it's trying to assure them that it's a big game, and it's a bigger stadium, bigger crowd. But that's what, you know, as young kids you strive for. It's what you want to do. It's what you want to be. You want to be a professional footballer playing in front of tens of thousands of people, and that's what it's all about. And it's a great opportunity for them. You know, we've had a little visit around the stadium, just so when we get there on Sunday, it's not the first time that they've been in the change room. It's not the first time they've seen the pitch. It's not the first time that they've seen the stand itself. Yes, it'll be different on Sunday in the sense that there'll be plenty of people in the stadium, and obviously the drive up to the stadium will be different. You know, it'll be fantastic, and one that we need to, as difficult as it is, it's one that you need to try and soak it all in and you know, enjoy it as much as possible.
A few of the players did play in the final 3 years ago, and a couple more of the younger ones were with the group but didn't actually appear in the matchday squad. A lot of the staff were there as well. Do you draw on their experiences of I suppose, the preparation and the build-up, and like you said, the bus trip in and walking out to check out the pitch and stuff this week?
Yeah, we've had kind of conversations with them players, just little kind of passing conversations about how they found it, and you know, what did they do, and if there's anything that we can maybe lean on or take that help them. Every player is different. Every player deals with situations differently, so it's trying to find the right buttons to press with all the different players and getting them all focused and ready for the game. And but yeah, no, it's great that we have got a couple in the changing room that have been there, done it, wore the t-shirt, and you know, as you said, hopefully they can do it again. I think the likes of Forrester obviously has won it twice before with the club, so it would be magnificent for him if he could go and get that third one. I don't think there's any other player at the club that will have done it with the gaps between. So yeah, so there's a little bit of little bit of history there for him if we can do it.
Yeah, if Chris actually plays, it'll be his fourth final, because he played in the one in 2012 that we lost as well beforehand. So huge experience, as you mentioned. The game itself, John, against Bohemians, you know, two of the best teams in the country. We've had great games with them this season in the league. What's your thoughts on that? And I suppose the challenge you face on a big stage, on a big pitch as well, to try and win the game.
Yeah, they are. They've got some very, very good players in their team, and as have we. So we'll be well prepared in the sense of what they do and how they approach the game, and how we can try and nullify that and then cause them problems ourselves. And that's what the week's preparation obviously will be, and it'll be preparing for that and making sure there's no stone left unturned in the sense of, you know, how they approach it. They obviously use 𝗲𝗵𝗵 very well, they use Clark very well, Connolly, Grant, 𝘄𝗶𝗵𝗵, so they've got a real good attacking threat that we're you know, very aware of, and it's a case of, you know, managing that and then bringing our own attacking threat as well to the game. So no, I'm looking forward to the prep and getting through the week's training, making sure everybody comes through it okay, unscathed, no injuries, and having everybody available for selection come Sunday. Having
secured top three a couple of weeks ago, you were able to rotate bodies around for the Shamrock Rovers game and the Derry City game as well, and it's now match week. How will match week work for yourself and the players, just in terms of maybe the training sessions, the preparation you do? Of course, you'll be in the hotel the night before and all the prep will be done, but the fact that you've made Europe with a couple of games to spare allowed you maybe to have an eye on the cup final a little bit earlier than had we not confirmed the top three.
Yeah, I think it has. Obviously, that was our main objective, was to try and get European football, and we managed to do that with the win against Sligo, and it allowed us then to rotate and to, you know, try and manage people differently in the hope that they're fully ready to go into Sunday. You know, obviously we would have liked to win the last two games. Of course, we didn't just go into them games thinking that we wouldn't win. We obviously go into every game to try and win. But they obviously turned out the wrong way for us, and we lick our wounds, we move on. But the main focus was obviously going to be the game on Sunday, and I think it's really important that, you know, we're in the right frame of mind, which we are. You know, yes, we're disappointed with the couple of results we had, but, you know, it was more about managing the players and making sure that come Sunday they're fully prepared, fully ready to go, and you know, that's you know, mainly it. We'll put them games to the side, put them behind us, and fully focus on Bohs this week. We'll do a lot of video analysis on them, a lot of prep and in our shape, their shape, how we can, as I said, how we can hurt them, what we need to be mindful of, all that type of stuff. So, and then set plays are going to be huge as well, which they always are in these types of games. So, I think we've been very good with set plays this year, and it's about maintaining that and you know, making sure we're fully focused during them sessions, that, you know, when we go into the game we know exactly what's coming.
From your own point of view, John, as a manager, you said you've managed interim in Celtic Park and Ibrox and stuff, and how excited are you from a personal point of view to manage 𝗃𝗵𝗵 in your first season as permanent manager? It'll be your 27th permanent game, your 31st overall as well, and no bigger stage to do it on from your own point of view as the manager.
Yeah, of course. I probably don't show it enough. I probably don't get very emotional. I'm quite my wife says I'm very, very emotionless. You know, I don't give much away. I try not to. But no, I'm very excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. It's why you go into it. It's why you go into football. Why you go into be a player. Why you want to be a coach, a manager, to manage at these levels. And, you know, in the country cup final, it doesn't get much bigger. You know, as you said, the stage at the Aviva Stadium is fantastic, and especially so early on in kind of my own journey, it's great. Very much looking forward to it, and I'm sure once it's all done and dusted, I'll probably appreciate it a little bit more. At the moment, it's another game that I'm trying to win, that I'm fully focused on, trying to prepare for and get the players ready for. And you know, next week when it's all done and dusted, I'll probably look back on it and think, you know, I can probably appreciate it for what it is.
And lastly, just on the supporters, we're heading touch wood for the biggest FAI Cup final attendance ever. I think there's 37,500 tickets sold as we chat on Monday. This interview will go out on Wednesday during our media day, but the atmosphere will be incredible, and the Pats fans, as they have done in the last couple of finals that we've been at the Aviva, have been amazing, and that'll be some sight, and hopefully a happy sight for them, cheering their team on to win the cup.
Well, yeah, hopefully. I think, am I surprised? Not at all. I think the fans have backed, as I said, they've backed the squad and the staff and myself like hugely all season, and it's great for them to have a day out now at the end of the season where, as we said, we can potentially win silverware, and we'll do everything we can to make sure we're coming back to 𝗪𝗓𝗏 with the cup, and you know, we'll do our best for that. And you know, I'm not surprised by it. I have to say, I think they've been fantastic all year, and you know, one more big push to get a record attendance for a cup final would be fantastic. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great day for all there.
Great, John. With the very best of luck.
Thank you.